Hi everyone, it's just Damian here. I've got the girls out again. Two still not fixed. However, I've got a dentist appointment in September, and it's about. I've got a dentist appointment in September, and I should get it fixed then. However, the problem is I'm gonna have to get a new one remade because I can't find, I can't find the other one. I thought I had it in a little little inside my wallet, but can't really find it. But yeah, the video is just about what I've been up to, what I'm looking for, what the next stages are with personal growth, personal development. So yeah, it's just about genuinely about uh stages of what what I want and what I want to do and that kind of thing. I just want to start off tonight by saying that I've just bought some rechargeable light bulbs, LED, for the bedside cabinet lamps. It's just that at the moment the plugs the plugs aren't long enough, the wires aren't long enough. I do follow a transgender lady called non-binary intentions, or I can't remember. I think she's changed the. I think she's non-binary or House of Tran or something. Now she changes her name all the time, and she's renovating her own home, and she put one of the lamp uh one of the lamp fittings in, and she wasn't able to have it wired, even though like properly wired the bulb. So she has was saying about the rechargeable bulbs. So I've been looking for one since I'd seen that video. But the problem is that the thread on mine is smaller than what hers is. And I think she had the normal bulb thread, the standard bulb thread. However, I think mine is the thinner one. So I've been struggling to find them for a while and had a look the other night, and I've found the ones that might work. I'd seen a couple of ones that were cheaper that did different colours that just did the white the white colours, but this does different colours than that. They were about £14, I think. No, about £15 off the top of my head. So I don't know if they're going to work or not. I don't know if they're going to be too big for the actual lamp, but I'm going to give it a try. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to send it back. But yeah, it's just about understanding what I want and that kind of thing. And I'm a little bit annoyed about stuff because I wanted to change my lady's trousers and my lady's shirt. When I tried the shirt on, I didn't have the girls out with it, and it's a bit tight round here because it's all right when I don't have the girls out, but when I got the girls out, it's a little bit tight. However, it's However, I was going to take it back today to exchange, but I keep the receipts for everything. But for some reason, I'd lost the receipts this time. I thought I'd put them back in the safe, but I haven't. But yeah, it's like I normally keep the receipts for everything, so it's just about knowing what I want rather than what other people want. Hopefully, Primark can send me the receipts over. They've asked me to take pictures and that kind of thing. So yeah, there's all that. I have written to uh, a few people from the Labour government just to disclose my thoughts and feelings of being unemployed, and I was gonna send them a CV, but I didn't. By the time I'd remembered, I'd already taped the envelope up. So I've just sent them my thoughts of being unemployed and how I'm finding it difficult to look for work or training because the support and the infrastructure's not there yet. It's like it's all good them saying just go out, get a job, or you're getting your money stopped. And I'm like, it's quite hard at the moment, especially for someone like me with autism and gender dysphoria. But it's it is hard because I've looked at college courses and they're like under no circumstance can I go back. They've had management meetings, management decisions, but this is done. But I don't know why. I've like challenged them on it, and I said, "Do you know why I can't go back, and when can I go back?" And they're like, they didn't know anything about it, so they got a bit abrupt, a bit firm. But it's a little bit hard, really, because I'm wanting to go out, do these opportunities, and they're like, just do a course at home and that kind of thing. But it's going to be difficult for me doing a course at home because I struggle to do it on my own. I work better in a classroom or an environment other than my own home. It's it's about for me going to college and that is defies the object doing it at home because I'm wanting to get out more, I'm wanting to try new things, I'm wanting to try different things and there's the voluntary side as well. I have looked at voluntary work, I have looked at other training courses and that kind of thing. But the problem is that you get told that you need two complex two specialists for the autism and for the condition that you've got. So hard really for it's a little bit hard really to understand because it's like I've even tried working with autistic charities and got told that they were gonna work with me and then I say something that gets misinterpreted or give let them know the wrong information and then they end up discharging me and I need two specialists for the mental health side, so it's just getting passed on from one person to another and it's quite hard because I'm wanting to get out, I'm wanting to try new activities, I'm wanting to try new activities, I'm wanting to get things back on track, I'm wanting to take the next step up on the ladder, but it is quite hard. Tried I managed to finally get hold of a job centre advisor when I moved on to Universal Credit, but then it was like that was hard as well because I've been trying to when I was on the employment and support allowance, I was trying to make appointments with the job centre for oh good couple of year, about a year and a half, 2 year maybe, and they're like they're like if you miss an appointment, you're likely to get sanctioned, and I'm like I don't know why. I'm like in my head, I don't know why you're speaking to me like that because everything that I do is voluntary. I don't have to look for work. I'm going, I'm doing it on my own accord, own back. And then they're like there was one day where they were like, "What do you mean you haven't heard back? You should have rang back if they hadn't rang you back within that time frame." And I'm like, I didn't know that, but it's like, and then it's like I started working with Universal Credit and that earlier in the year, and they were like wanting to refer it back to social services. I They were like wanting to refer it back to social services. We understand that social services have been good. We'll contact them. I don't think that that was a disability advisor, but it was like I'm no longer working with social services. I've been discharged, but we've worked with but we've been told before that you're open to social services and they're quite good with you, so we'll contact them. And I'm like, I've been discharged. But yeah, it's like, it's quite hard. And then my, I did get an appointment with my disability advisor at the job centre at last, but then she'd looked at other programs, other opportunities, referred me into a couple of things, but then it's like my needs are too specialist, too complex for them, so it's quite hard. So I have written to the government just to let them know that what my struggles are and that they need to put the infrastructure in place. The There has been times where it is quite hard, and it's like there's been times as well where I've been sent for a English and maths assessment, and I'm like, I told my advisor on the program, this was years ago, I think, might have been still living at my mum's at the time or moving into my own place. I can't remember because I started that program whilst I was living at my mum's, and then problems started whilst I was living here, so I can't remember exactly when it was. So I was either living at my mum's or moved here, but the advisor was like, the advisor was like, we want to get you to do your maths and English at level two so that we can refer you for an apprenticeship. And I'm like, refer you for an apprenticeship for the business admin. And I'm like, the problem is, I'm like saying to her, look, the problem is, the problem is that I'm going for the maths and English assessments. I'm coming out at a level below what my certificate is, and they won't work with me because I am coming out at level below my certificate. They can only work with you on getting you the next level of what your qualification is. So they sent me for an assessment, explained to what had happened and what had gone on, and she's like, "That's ridiculous. They can work with you, and they can work with you, but then it's like I went and did the assessment again, and they'd asked me why I'd been referred back if I'd already done it, and I'm like trying to explain them, but as I say, I've been doing it for years, and it's quite hard sometimes because it's like this is that, and it's like yeah, I'm a lot more like that. So yeah, it's frustrating, but yeah, I've started going to some more church groups. I don't know if I've told you, I went to church a couple of weeks ago, and I found out then that uh there was a gaming group on once a month for people more my own age, like board games, not video games, but board games and that kind of thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be what I need. That's gonna be what I need. That's gonna help. Couple of weeks tonight. So a couple of weeks tonight or tomorrow night, it's going to be the taster session for one of the courses that the church are doing in September. So I'm looking forward to that again. Start getting out on a Wednesday again, meeting different people and doing the course. So it's really up up and down at the moment. But yeah, it's like knowing what I want, knowing what other people want, and just trying to be a bit more creative, a little bit more passionate, and just trying to get out and socialize, mix with different people. But it's quite hard at the moment, but I would like to date. I would like to date. I would like someone to see me for Damian as well as Danielle, of course. But it's about understanding myself what I want rather than what the world wants of me. But it is getting easier in some areas and harder in others. So, but yeah, it's about working with the correct people and following advice and that at the same time. However, the problem is with different different the problem is that I have different advisors for different things, so it's not always appropriate following everyone's advice because they give different ad they give different advice, but it's about at the time knowing who it's about at the time knowing who knows me the best out of the support channels for the areas of support that I want. For example, as I say, it's about knowing who I think knows me best for what situation, but within the support structure. For instance, I might have some worries about the gender and the support with that, and my advocates might advise something, and the doctors might advise something, but it's about listening to what the advice is, and going with the advice that I think more represents me. Working with the doctors, I is hard with boundaries and that at times. I know that I have had an issue in the past with boundaries and that kind of thing. I am trying to work with my communication therapist in putting the boundary support package in place and the documentation, but she hasn't heard back from the professional side yet. So she hasn't heard back from the professional side yet, and it's like I'm wanting to get that sorted, I'm wanting to get this sorted, I'm wanting to get that sorted. But with the doctors, there is one boundary that I'm finding really confusing, and I'm scared to break. Basically, it's I've been going through my head for years, but it's I'll get to it. It's been going through my head for years, and it's like it's a little bit weird. But other people can deal with it fine. But with my autism and processing, it's a little bit hard because it's about how you address them. Like in a like for instance, a doctor you call him the Bond. I do not have a doctor called Dr. Bond. I was using it as an example. So you might have a doctor called Dr. Bond or whatever, but then you call the nurse by the first name. You might have a nurse called Sarah, and you call her Sarah, and you might have someone else there, and they're called Olivia, and it's about trying to find that boundary structure in as well because it could become hard where it comes hard is where it becomes hard is like when I see the doctor, there's the doctor there and there's the support there with the doctor. So I get chaperoned and that kind of thing. So there's the support there with the doctor and call the doctor by doctor and the support the support by the first name. So it's it's a little bit, yeah, it's a little bit, ooh, it's a little bit weird. Where it becomes harder is I've only had this on I've only had this on one circumstance now. It might happen more, but I don't know. But where it becomes even harder is that on the days where you've got an appointment with a nurse as well, it's like you go in, you see the nurse, you call the nurse by a first name, and it's like, yeah, yeah, and then it's like you go to see the doctor, you have to call the doctor by your title and Doctor Bond or Doctor Love or Doctor Smith, and then it's like the support's there as well, and it's like you call support by the first name, but it's confusing to me and it's making me dizzy thinking about it. But yeah, it's just about it's about remembering slum, self doubted, that kind of thing. So I'm gonna get tripped up again. I'm gonna get tripped up, but yeah, it's just I'm laughing about it. That's a good thing. But yeah, and then it's like then there's the boundaries with the mental health and that as well. It's like you don't ring the police for mental health, but then you're like ring the crisis team, and then they're telling you to ring the police, and then some people are like getting distressed by what you're saying, and but then it's like you get arrested, and because someone's been upset about what you've said, and that kind of thing. So it's just a vicious, a vicious circle, a vicious circle. I need to get this tooth done. Sorry, but yeah, it's just this vicious circle. But I'm starting to find a couple of ideas that I want, and trying to find a couple of plans that I want to work with and that kind of thing, like working with employers that allow me to get the girls out more and just understanding my own journey path, my own values, my own beliefs, really. But it's about more understanding my own journey, own path. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Sometimes it's hard, but sometimes it's hard, and other times it's hard, other times it's easy, but it's just about enjoying it again and that kind of thing. But yeah, another thing is that I am looking for work, I am looking for training. I would like to start work or training or voluntary work, and that's why I've sent a couple of messages out today to the government and to a couple of places to get the foot through the door, but I generally don't. Generally, genuinely don't know who is going to best be supportive of what thing. So yeah, and then it's like getting out and mixing more with people my own age and other people that are identifying as LGBT and that kind of thing. So it is quite it's quite hard, but I'm enjoying it as well. But yeah, it's about understanding and it's about understanding and being true to myself and that kind of thing. But and another thing is that I had to get my Fire Stick fixed the other day. Basically, watching it. I was watching it on Saturday and it was fine. I do have Sky Stream as well, and I do use the built-in apps on the telly. But the device that I use most is the Fire Stick, and it's hardwired in. It's I've got an adapter that's hardwired in, so it was saying that it was disconnecting and that kind of thing. So I was switching it off at the wall, plugging it back in, restarting the stick, and it was like not working. But then it's like I'd ordered a new adapter, and it came yesterday. So no, it came on Monday. Yeah, sorry, I was getting my weeks mixed up. It's 2 weeks today. It's 2 weeks today till I was thinking it was Tuesday earlier. It's 2 weeks today until my next taster session thing at the church. So just to clarify that. So I got the adapter working. So I put the new adapter in on the Monday and it's working now. I managed to get it working on Wi-Fi and that before temporary, but I prefer all uh, I prefer all my entertainment devices and like the TVs and streaming devices on on wired, just so that I've got a little bit more less input lag or whatever, and a little bit less delay, and a little bit more stability as well. So that's working. But yeah, I'd ordered it, and then I'm like, it's gonna work. I'm gonna end up trying it, and it's gonna work after I've ordered it, and it didn't. But it's working at the moment. There has been a couple of times with a new adapter that it's been a little bit temperamental, but switching it off and back on and restarting it's working. So all that is sorted. But yeah, it's just mainly about how I stream on there. But yeah, it's just about getting out, enjoying it, and learning from the mistakes and learning about myself. But yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better. Got the girls out more, wanting to get the girls out more. Don't normally wear a dress when I'm around the home on my own. I mainly wear the dress when I go out because with a dress, I, with a dress, I like to get the girls out, but I do it more for going out. And I was gonna go out, however, I was gonna go out and change some change some stuff at a shop, but I kept the receipts for everything else, but I've not found that receipt. So yeah, I'm having to go through customer service and that to try to get the receipts and try to get some refunds or whatever. But yeah, I would like to know about what's going on and more about my own journey and that kind of thing. If you are transgender or would like to meet and support my journey, that's that'd be wonderful. But yeah, I'm genuinely attracted to cis and transgender women. I think part of the reason why I am attracted to transgender women and why I want to talk to transgender women is because I find that there's more similarities there and I find them easier to talk to because we're on similar journey paths. But I am open to talking to women as well. But yeah, thank you and goodbye.